Once upon a time, in the serene hills of Galilee, a humble village bustled with the daily lives of its inhabitants. Among them was a young woman named Miriam, who faced the weight of many struggles. Her father was ill, her younger siblings needed care, and their family farm was on the brink of ruin due to a prolonged drought. One day, as Miriam was fetching water from the well, she heard whispers among the villagers about a man named Jesus. They spoke of his wisdom, his miracles, and how he seemed to understand people's deepest pains. Intrigued and desperate for hope, Miriam decided to seek him out. Jesus was teaching near the Sea of Galilee, surrounded by a crowd eager to hear his words. Miriam approached cautiously, her heart heavy with worry. She waited until the crowd had dispersed a bit before stepping forward. Jesus noticed her and smiled warmly, inviting her to sit with him. Teacher Miriam began, her voice trembling, "My life is filled with struggles. My father is ill, our farm is failing, and my siblings look to me for support. I don't know how much longer I can bear this burden." Jesus looked at her with deep compassion and said, "Miriam, I see your struggles. I see the weight you carry, and I know your heart is weary. But know this, you are not alone in your suffering. God sees you, and he is with you in every moment of your pain." He continued, "Come, let us walk together." As they walked, Jesus spoke of faith and the love of God. He shared stories of others who had faced trials and how their faith had carried them through. His words were like a soothing balm to Miriam's soul, and she felt a sense of peace she hadn't known in a long time. When they reached Miriam's home, Jesus asked to see her father. He laid his hands on the old man and prayed. To Miriam's astonishment, her father's strength began to return, and he opened his eyes with a clarity she hadn't seen in months. Jesus then turned to the fields. He knelt and prayed over the dry soil, and as if by a miracle, clouds began to gather in the sky. Rain started to fall gently, soaking the parched earth. The crops that had seemed doomed now had a chance to thrive. Miriam was overwhelmed with gratitude. "Thank you, Jesus," she said, tears streaming down her face. "You have given me hope and renewed my faith." Jesus smiled gently and said, "Remember, Miriam, in your darkest moments, when you feel the weight of the world upon you, know that I see your struggles. Have faith and trust in God's love, for he will never forsake you." With that, Jesus continued his journey, spreading his message of love, hope, and compassion. Miriam's life began to improve, not just because of the miracles she had witnessed, but because of the renewed strength and faith she carried in her heart. She knew that no matter what challenges came her way, she was seen, loved, and supported by a higher power.